Some Hondas hit 300,000 miles, but others die before 150,000. The same cars, the same engines. The difference isn't luck. It's a few simple habits most owners ignore. Hi, I'm Adam. Follow these rules and your Honda can reach 500,000 miles without major repairs. Number 9. Cold start or quiet. Engine killer. We're starting with something most people never think about. Pause, because turning the key and driving off feels harmless. The car starts, everything sounds normal, and you're already on your way. But in reality, those first few seconds after a cold start matter more than most owners realize. So what's actually happening when a car is started cold and driven right away? And how does that one habit slowly shorten an engine's life?
The temperature gauge indicates minus 27, so pretty close to minus 30. Overnight it was minus 30.
When an engine is cold, the oil hasn't gone everywhere yet. Things are still tight inside. So when you start the car and immediately ask for power, that extra friction quietly adds wear every single time. Owners who get extreme mileage do one simple thing. They let the engine settle for a moment before driving gently. No revving, no hard throttle. Just enough time for oil pressure to stabilize.
Honda Civic Sport Touring Hatchback, 2018.
It seems small when you're doing it, but repeated over the years, it's one of the biggest differences between a Honda that just survives and one that keeps going. And that's just what happens in the first minute of driving. But there's another habit that matters just as much, and most people think they're already doing it right. Number 8. Oil changes matter, more than oil brands. This is where a lot of owners get confident. They pick a good oil brand, see a long interval on the dash, and assume they're covered. The car's running fine, nothing sounds wrong, so it feels safe to stretch it a little. So why do some Hondas still fail early even when the owner always used good oil? And how does doing almost everything right still wear an engine down over time? Oil doesn't fail all at once. It slowly breaks down from heat, short trips, traffic, and constant stop-and-go driving. And by the time the oil looks dirty or the car feels different, the damage has already started. Owners who see 300,000 miles don't play the waiting game. They change oil early, not late. Usually around 5,000 miles, sometimes sooner no matter what the dashboard says. It's not about the brand or the additives, it's about doing it consistently. It doesn't feel impressive and nobody sees it as well. But over the years, this one habit protects timing components, seals, and everything you can't see. And it's one of the biggest reasons some Hondas just keep running when others slowly wear themselves out. Changing the oil on time keeps things clean on the inside. But there's another fluid that quietly decides how long your Honda lasts, and most owners don't think about it until something feels off. Number 7. Transmission fluid is not lifetime. This is one of the biggest misunderstandings in modern car ownership. A lot of owners hear the phrase lifetime fluid and assume it means forever. No maintenance or attention, just drive it and forget it. So why do so many Hondas lose their transmission long before the engine ever shows a problem? And how does ignoring one simple service quietly turn a solid car into a costly headache? Transmission fluid doesn't last forever. Heat breaks it down. City driving breaks it faster. And once it loses its ability to lubricate and cool, wear starts happening fast, even if the car still shifts fine. Owners who get high mileage don't wait for problems. They change the transmission fluid regularly, usually every 30 to 60,000 miles, using the correct Honda fluid. No flushing, no shortcuts, just clean fluid at the right time. The scary part is that by the time a transmission starts slipping, the damage is usually already done. But stay ahead of it, and that same transmission can quietly go hundreds of thousands of miles without ever being opened. Taking care of the transmission keeps power moving smoothly. But there's another system that decides whether your Honda stays healthy or slowly overheats itself without you realizing it. Number 6. Overheating once can do permanent damage.
What's up, guys? In today's video, I'm going to explain to you if you're having issues with your car overheating.
Most people think overheating is only a problem if it happens over and over. The temperature spikes, the warning light comes on, you pull over, let it cool down, and assume everything's fine. So why do some Hondas start burning oil, losing compression, or blowing head gaskets months after a single overheating incident? Modern engines run tight tolerances. When they overheat, even once, metal can warp just enough to cause long-term problems. Head gaskets weaken, seals harden, and cooling passages don't flow the same anymore, even if the car seems normal afterward. People who get crazy mileage don't brush overheating off.
Pushing, the force of the wind is pushing on the highway, and your car is not going to overheat.
If the temp needle moves past normal, they stop right away. If the temperature ever climbs past normal, they stop immediately, find the cause, and fix it properly. Because one bad overheat might not kill the car that day, but it can shorten its life in ways you won't notice until much later. Catching overheating early protects the engine itself. But there's another quiet problem that shows up before temperatures rise, and most owners ignore it because the car still feels fine. Number 5. Small leaks are never just small leaks.
Underneath, you're going to look at the passenger side and you can see all of this oil under the passenger side.
This is where a lot of long-term problems quietly begin. A small oil spot on the driveway, a little coolant smell after a drive. Nothing serious enough to panic about. At least that's what it feels like. So why do so many high-mileage Hondas eventually fail after years of minor leaks? And how can something so easy to ignore end up causing major damage? Small leaks don't stay small because they lower fluid levels little by little, and they invite dirt into places it doesn't belong, and they stress components that depend on proper lubrication or cooling. By the time a warning light comes on, the system has already been running under strain.
Now this piece here can just go back on here.
People who get big mileage don't ignore leaks, even the small ones. A valve cover gasket, a loose hose, or even a tired seal. They take care of it early before it turns into overheating, low oil, or where you can't undo. Because little leaks don't stay little for long. It's never the leak itself that kills the car, it's how long it's ignored. Stopping leaks keeps fluids where they belong, but there's another habit that quietly decides how hard your engine has to work every single day, and most people don't even think to check it. Number 4. Cleaning air filter.
Making sure to apply a generous amount of cleaner to the dirty side. Let the filter sit for 10 minutes.
This is one of those things people forget about. The car runs fine, the throttle feels normal, and no warning lights. So most people assume it's all good. So how can something as simple as an air filter slowly hurt fuel economy, performance, and long-term engine health without you noticing at all? Engines need clean air to run efficiently. When the air filter gets clogged, the engine has to work harder just to breathe. That means richer mixtures, extra strain, and more wear over time, even if the car feels okay from the driver's seat.
For heavily contaminated filters, it may be necessary to repeat the cleaning process.
Owners who get high mileage check and replace air filters regularly. Not once every few years, not only when it looks terrible. Just clean airflow all the time. It's cheap, it's easy, and it keeps the engine operating the way it was designed to.
Crown of each pleat, with the spray nozzle approximately 3 inches away. Allow the oil to wick for 20 minutes.
It's one of the simplest things you can do. But ignore it long enough and the engine slowly pays the price for it. Letting the engine breathe properly keeps it working efficiently. But there's another basic item that gets ignored even more often, and when it's neglected, problems show up all at once. Number 3. Old spark plugs. Slowly kill. Performance.
I just pulled the old one out after 100,000. I'll put it out here.
This one gets missed because the car still feels fine. It starts, it runs, nothing seems off. So spark plugs end up being ignored. So if the car still runs fine, what's actually happening when spark plugs are left in too long? And why do high-mileage Honda owners treat this as more than just a tune-up item? As spark plugs wear, the gap slowly opens up. That means the ignition system has to work harder to fire every single cylinder. Coils run hotter, electrical stress goes up, and combustion becomes less consistent. Not enough to notice right away, but enough to matter.
The originals came with NGK plugs, and
over time, that strain doesn't just affect performance. It shortens coil life, increases heat inside the engine, and creates uneven combustion that accelerates internal wear. By the time misfires show up, the engine has already spent years compensating. People replace spark plugs on schedule because they know fresh plugs protect the coils, smooth out combustion, and reduce stress everywhere else. All these are just preventable problems. But there's another habit that decides what the engine is actually working with. Number 2. Weak battery.
In this video, what to look for when replacing this battery.
This is one thing people don't really think about. The car starts, the dash lights up, everything feels normal. So the battery gets ignored until one day it doesn't start at all. So how can a battery that still works quietly damage sensors, modules, and ignition components over time. And why do high-mileage Honda owners replace batteries earlier than most people expect? As a battery ages, voltage becomes unstable. It doesn't fail all at once, it drops slowly. That low, inconsistent voltage forces the alternator and electronic components to work harder just to keep up. Sensors get dirty readings, ignition timing isn't as clean, and modules heat up more than they should. Nothing fails immediately, but over years that electrical stress shortens the life of coils, ECUs, and charging systems, problems that feel random later but aren't.
And also check that you get the one without the base mounting.
Owners who keep Hondas for decades don't wait for a dead battery. They replace aging batteries when needed and make sure the charging system stays healthy. Stable voltage keeps everything else calm, accurate, and protected. All of these habits protect individual systems, the engine, the transmission, the electronics. But there's one last mistake that shortens a Honda's life faster than anything else, because it affects every system at the same time. Number 1, driving style. Two Hondas can have the same engine, the same maintenance, and the same mileage and still age completely differently. The difference usually isn't what was replaced, it's how the car was driven every single day. So how can two owners follow the same service schedule yet one engine wears out years earlier than the other? It usually comes down to how the car is driven day to day. Hard acceleration before the engine's ready, flooring it everywhere, braking the brakes, revving at high RPM. None of that breaks the car right away, but it keeps everything under stress all the time. Owners who see crazy mileage don't drive slow, they drive smooth. They give the car a moment to warm up. They ease into the throttle. They don't ask the car to do everything at once. And that smooth driving takes a lot of strain off the engine, transmission, and everything connected to them. Over hundreds of thousands of miles, that kind of driving matters more than people realize. So what do you think? Which of these habits do you already follow? And which one surprised you the most? Comment down below. If these tips were useful, check out more videos on your screen right now for keeping your car running strong long-term. And if you want straightforward, no-nonsense advice on making vehicles last as long as possible, hit subscribe. Thanks for watching.